Worst of all, the teams are not empowered to solve problems in ways customers love, yet work for the business. And as such, the teams can't be held accountable to results. The product manager is really a project manager, shepherding the backlog items through the process. The designers and engineers are there just to design and code the features on the roadmap. Motivation is low, sense of ownership is minimal, and innovation is rare. It is easy to see why so many of these companies are ripe for disruption, and nothing at all like how product is done at strong product companies. To be very clear, we have found exceptionally strong companies well beyond Silicon Valley, including in Shanghai, Melbourne, Tel Aviv, London, Berlin, Bangalore, and beyond, just as we have found very weak companies in the heart of San Francisco. It is the difference between the best and the rest that we focus on in this book. What is especially shocking to me is that it is really no secret how the best companies work and how financially successful they are, which raises the question, why is this the case? In my experience, it's not that these companies don't want to transform. It's that transforming is hard, and they just don't know how, or even what it really means to transform. What they need is to move to empowered product teams. Now, you may not be using that term, and you may not even realize that there are different types of technology teams. But if what I described is similar to your organization, I need to share with you a few very hard truths. First, you have very little chance of getting meaningful business results, let alone actually innovating from your way of working. Second, your customers are big, ripe targets for a competitor that does not operate this way, for example, Amazon, and knows how to provide products customers love, yet work for their business. Third, you are largely wasting the talents and capabilities of the people you have hired, and your best people, the ones you desperately need to survive and thrive, will likely leave. Finally, if you think that by moving to Agile you've already done some form of digital transformation, I am sorry to tell you, but you haven't even gotten started. I'm hoping that the reason you're reading this book is because you are convinced there must be a better way. And there is. Chapter 1, Behind Every Great Company. In this book, I want to share and highlight the differences between how the best companies create technology-powered products and how most companies create products. The differences are both fundamental and striking. The differences certainly include what many people think of as product culture, but strong product companies often have very different cultures from one another, so it clearly goes beyond that. For example, consider Amazon, Google, Apple, and Netflix. I would argue all four are very strong product companies, having consistently innovated for many years. Yet they each have very different cultures. I still believe culture is extremely important, but there's something about great product companies that's more fundamental. It comes down to the views they have on the role of technology, the purpose of the people who work on the technology, and how they expect those people to work together to solve problems. Moreover, I don't think it's an accident that, despite their different cultures, these four companies have the most important elements in common. What I will try to do in this book is untangle the parts of the cultures of these companies that are more a reflection of their founders' personalities from those that are essential to consistent innovation. I want to share the important lessons I've learned regarding what separates the best from the rest. One surprising common thread among many of the best product companies is the legendary coach, Bill Campbell. During their formative years, Bill literally provided executive coaching to the founders of Apple, Amazon, and Google, as well as several others. To get a sense of Bill's views and values, here's one of my favorite quotes about the role of leadership in a strong product company. Leadership is about recognizing that there's a greatness in everyone, and your job